Hello everyone, today we are solving Div3 problem B, that is the expensive numbers. Right. So what does the problem say? The problem say that you are given a positive integer n, and as a result of dividing the number n by the sum of its digit. Right. So let me explain the problem. Let's say 104 is given, so you will divide 104 with 1 plus 0 plus 4, that is the sum of its digit. Right. So it will give you a value and you need to minimize the value. Right. And moreover, it is also said that you can remove any elements, you can remove any number of digits from the number n, so that the remaining number contains at least one digit and it should be strictly greater than 0. It should be definitely greater than 0, because if you create a 0, then 0 by 0 is indefinite value, right? So you need to create a value which is at least greater than 0, right? So the remaining digits cannot be rearranged, means if you get any value, then you need to keep it as the it was given in the problem statement, right? And what is there saying is you need to minimize the minimum number of digits you need to remove from the number, so that its cost becomes as minimum as possible, right? So I guess the problem statement is there. Let's say 666 was there. I will explain more test cases, but let's first take this. Right, 666. So if we remove 2 6 from here, so it remains only a 6, and 6 by 6 gives you a value 1, so you need to remove 2 elements, right? 1370, here you can remove 4 digits, right? Let's say you remove 370 and 0, these 4 you have removed and you get 1 by 1, so its value is also 1. So if you carefully observe these things, there's an intuition behind it, right? I have written the intuition. Let's see that first. So the intuition is, whenever we are trying to solve any number, right? So the smallest that we can get any day is 1, right? Now why is that so? Right? Let's think of it as well. Let's say you are given any number, let's say 72660, right? If you keep removing elements, if you don't, let's say the number was only 72, right? Only 72, and you don't think of removing any element, right? 72. So what will be the answer of it? 72 divided by 7 plus 2, that is 72 by 9, which gives you a value 8, right? So definitely we can make something which is smaller than this. So if you carefully think of it now, any given number, when you divide it by its sum of its digit, can be made 1 any number, right? So that is simply the thought process behind this problem. Let's say 7 to, let me reduce the opacity of this, right? And black show. Yes. So any given number, if you remove, let's say this was the number, if you let's say remove 0, 6, 2 and a 2 or 7, any number if you remove, and you rest element is only a single digit or a digit which has a leading zeros. See, leading zeros won't be a matter of, it won't bother you, because any number, let's say 00005, right, sum of its digit will only be 5, and the digit is also 5 only. So any number which has ahead 0 of it won't be bothering us that much, and we will get a sum, we will get the let's say sum of the digits when we divide that by number. So let's say 0005 divided by 5 will only give me 1. So that is our main motive of solving, right? So what I am saying that is, smallest number that we can get ever is 1, and we need to make 1, right? The problem statement clearly mentioned that you need to make a 1. So any given number, you need to reduce it to as low as possible, to a single digit which may have leading zeros, right? This is the only statement which will be needed to solve this problem. Now how to do it? Remove elements smartly. Now what we mean by smartly is that we will remove elements. Let's say if our number was let me take a test case, right? So if our element was something, let's say if the element was 02044, right? So think of it now, if you remove some digits, let's say if you remove a 2 and a 4, then it will be left only with a 0 and 4, right? So does it make sense to remove a 0? Never, right? So that's what we will be doing. We won't be removing any leading zeros and remove all the non-zero digits, right? So first of all, let me make it more clear if it's little doubtful. Let's say this was the test case. You need to remove this 4 or this 4 as well. So why not there might be a thought of why not let's remove this, not remove this 4 and remove these 4 odds, right? Let's say 2 and 4 and 4. So you will be left with 2 and 0, right? 2 and 0 is not the number that you want, right? So this gives us an intuition that we need to somehow traverse from the back of the string, right? String or integer, because it's said in the problem that it will be of 10k power 100. So it will be little difficult to store it as an integer or long any value. So we will be storing it as a string. So this gives us an intuition that what we need to traverse from the back of the string, and as soon as we get a first as we remove all the elements, and as soon as we get the first non-zero number, then after that if we get a 0 we don't have any problem with it. But before that if we have zeros, then that's a problem. Let me make it more clear. If it's not, let's say I had 7 0 4 4 and a 0, right? So here any given day you need to remove this 0 as well, right? If you want a number, if you want to make a 1, then you need to remove 0, this 0, right? And you need to, after that you got a 4, right? Now I said okay, if you get a 4 now, then that's not a worry. You keep the 4 and after that remove all the elements which are greater than 0, right? So you will remove this 4, remove this 7, and after doing this you will be left with 0 and a 4, right? And sum of the digit is 4, which will ultimately give you a sum of 1, right? So this is the process or the logic behind it, right? So that's what I have written here, 1 0 2 0 3. So here if we remove 1 0 and 2, we will be left with 0 and 3, and sum of its digit 0 by 3 is always a 1, right? So that's what you will be doing, right? So, and that's the minimum number answer for this as well. So now I guess the intuition and the problem statement is clear. Let's now jump at the code. So my code is little clumsy type, hate, but still let's say you have taken, will be taking the number string as s, let's say 1666, and let's not take this is let's take 102030, right? So we took the s string as integer input, right? And what we will be doing is we will keeping, what I have done is I have kept the flag equal to 1, and I am traversing from the back of the string. Why from the back? I have clearly explained it as well. So as soon as we get a number which is not equal to 0, right, what we will do is we will make the flag equal to 1, change to 0, right? What does this mean? That okay, I have got a value which is greater than 0, and now from here onwards if we get a 0, I will decrement my answer. What is the answer and what is the value, I will tell you. So as soon as you get a 0, what I am doing is, let's say after 3 you got a 0, so you will be decrementing the answer. So if s of I is equal to 0 and flag is equal to 0, then you do an answer minus minus. Now what is answer over here? I have not clearly mentioned that earlier. So answer is n minus 1. See, why n minus 1? Because you want to delete all elements which are and left with a single number, right? So in order to do that, you will be keeping, let's say I had 4 numbers, let's remove 3 of them, and then that's the maximum that we can do, right? That is the maximum that we can do, right? So that is the maximum we can do. So, and after you get a number which is greater than 0, and after that if you get a 0, then you are decrementing because you don't want to remove it. So from the maximum we are removing those elements which are not required in our answer. So we are doing answer minus minus, and I guess that should be working fine for us, and that's a code. So if you have any doubt in this problem, you can definitely ask me. I will be putting on the code below as well in the description. So thank you for watching, and if you like, please subscribe my channel. Thanks.